What is up, everyone? JD here. Hope you're all doing well today. Going to be bringing you my top pocket knives of the week. Going to talk about what I carried this week, what I like about them and enjoy about them, and hopefully get some of your thoughts and impressions on some of these knives and hear back from you about what you enjoyed carrying this week down in the comments below. Let's go ahead and jump into the carries. Monday, I went with a micarta Monday theme, and I had the Giant Mouse Ace Grand 4E steel. Has this really well done, smooth burlap micarta. I really do like the size and the ergos on this one. Great carry, very good knife, very well done by Giant Mouse. I did have to knock down a little bit there for access to the lock bar, but really that's the only thing that I've changed on here. I had debated on picking up the Lynch Northwest Deep Carry pocket clip, that titanium stamp pocket clip. This one works really well, but the only thing with these is they do tend to move around a little bit, which is going to lead them to scratching on the scale. The edge on here from Giant Mouse seems to be done really nicely. It came with a pretty good factory edge, and the 4E seems to be holding up really well. A little hard with the stone wash for you to kind of tell where it's getting the use at. But again, just fantastic, great size, fairly decent geometry, especially because it's such a tall flat ground. It does get down pretty thin behind the edge. It's definitely not the thinnest or sliciest knife I own, but man, it does a fantastic job for the size, and the ergos, again, really comfortable on this one. Really good size. If you can tell by my hands, it fits in there really nicely with plenty left over for me to move around if I need to change my position. And you can put that finger right up on there and choke right up depending on what it is that you need to do. And again, fantastic blade shape on that Giant Mouse Ace. Even if you get, I believe the standard comes in L-Max and micarta. I want to say it's L-Max, which is a really good steel as well, but that is definitely one of my favorite mouse knives, one of my favorite knives from Giant Mouse. Really great knife. On Tuesday, went with a Titanium Tuesday, and this one was a little special for me. So I did pick up my birthday Benza. This Benza was born in September, same as me. Kind of close to the actual day, but I'm happy to have the month, and I really wasn't looking for anything outlandish here, because I will say Umanzan is still my favorite Chris Reeve knife. But the Sebenza, this is really a good knife. It comes with a really nice edge. I have not really put the work in on the S45EN, but if it's anything like what I have on the Umanzan, it's treated really well. So I wanted, again, just to grab one, just to have my birthday month in. Both of these are going to be knives that I can leave to either one of my boys. So I am happy about that. Haven't had, like I said, literally picked it up at the end of September. So I have not, excuse me, had the chance to really break this one in really good just yet. But don't you worry. I plan to put this one to work just like the Umanzan, and I will get this one broken in at some point in time. The ergos are kind of comfortable, and I will actually be doing a review and a video of how it compares to the Umanzan. I actually feel like Umanzan has slightly better ergos, a little bit more hand filling for me than the large Sebenza, but that's still a really good knife, and I can understand why it is so popular. Barely fitting on the screen there. On Wednesday, I went with a Warney Wednesday, and I carried, or I'm sorry, a Wicked Wednesday, and I was carrying the Arcane Crawler. This is a very interesting knife, and there will be a full review coming up on it. But it is, it's pretty good. I think I actually like this one a little bit more than the Abyss. And the more time I spent with these two knives, I did a blade battle against the Production Grant Gripper. And, you know, I said I thought the Abyss was a little bit more interesting looking. But I kind of, now that I've had the Crawler and the Abyss a little bit longer, I actually think I would prefer the Gripper in that instance, but I don't want to spoil too much. There is a full review that'll be coming up on that one, and Bestech did a really good job on that knife for Arcane design, and it is a very interesting design indeed. On Thursday, I decided just to carry a knife I hadn't carried in a little while that I really do like a lot, and it is going to be the X-Tao from Kung Wu Knives. They have one that's coming out here soon. I missed the I don't think they do a pre-order. I think they do a Kickstarter for their knives. I'm not sure. but I'm hoping to get it. I can't recall what the name of it is, but let's talk about this X-Tal titanium, very premium feeling Elmax steel crossbar lock knife. Really nice. It has one of the lighter detents that I have found on the crossbar locks. Not really a way to tune that up, but the springs are holding up, so I'm leaving it on there. I did check the other springs that came with it because I had heard that there were a set of springs that were heavier than others, and those springs actually, I didn't even bother to install them. They just felt lighter and they looked thinner. So the ones that it came with are still on here. But comfortable ergos. I really like these studs, for lack of a better description, that are on the crossbar locks, and I really didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did, but I really do like these thumb studs. They're nice, good placement. They're jimped so they catch really well. I try to demonstrate and fail. They do catch really well when you push them down into them and catch them, and they go around. Really works well. I don't know why I'm failing so much here today, but the reverse flick, I think because my finger is just slightly catching the access bar, and I think that's what's messing me up a little bit. But normally, I'm able to operate this very well, and it's such a great size. A little bit heavier than some of my other crossbar locks, with the exception of the SIG K320 that Hogue makes. That one and this one are probably really close in weight, so it does make it feel more premium, and it's very comfortable, and you have a lot of room to move around on here. You do have this wire deep carry pocket clip. I think I'm going to see if the Lynch that fits on the Ace and the Spyderco's also fits on the X-Tal. I think I would like to possibly just try to anno match that pocket clip to the thumb studs. I think that would be really good contrasting colors, and of course with the lanyard bail on the back, that really is not necessary unless you like to decorate your knives. But that was Thursday's carry. Today I am dual wielding. I have the Hogue Deca Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive Scorpion edition. So they're calling the Scorpion edition, even though it is like a gold flake marbled carbon fiber. And I'll be doing a review on this because the Deca that I had actually had a drop point, and it has been long enough since I owned that knife that I kind of forgot a little bit about some of the reasons that I ended up letting that go, and then a lot of the reasons that I still like that. That knife there is actually replacing the Sage 5. I do have to rotate knives sometimes depending on my needs in order to fund knives for the channel, and I decided to go ahead and let the Sage 5 go to pick up another lightweight American-made knife to replace that. But a review will be coming for that. It is a very interesting knife. It is in magnet cut as well. I did not mention that. So, and this is M390. I didn't mention the blade steel on this one either. I'm like every other knife I'm mentioning the blade steel, just in case you're interested. And I'll link, as I introduce these, I'll link the ones that have the reviews out there already, but these three will have reviews coming because I haven't done those yet. This is the other carry that I have in the pocket today, and that is the Demco 80 20.5 in Austin A. This one came with a fantastic factory edge. The steel feels really well done. Again, I mentioned the last time I had this one out, Brian over at Transparent Knives has tested a bunch of these because he does so many reblades for them, and they average 60.5, which for Austin A is really actually quite hard, but he did mention that he found one that tested at 58, which was lower, so he could understand why some reviewers might say that the Austin A is not very well treated. So I think I lucked out, got a good one. This one has the Arctic Storm fat carbon handles, or scales rather, and it has the back spacer. I'm not sure what's going on with my voice, apologies. Lynch Northwest deep carry pocket clip. It has the Skiff Rocket Glide bearings in the pivot, and this one just, it's such a great EDC. I really like that. There is a purpose that I am carrying the two of these knives today as well because, well, I don't want to spoil it. If you are interested, make sure that you are subscribed with that notification bell turned on so that you get alerts when any future videos drop. If you enjoyed today's video, leaving a like helps me. Comment down below. Which ones did you like out of all of the ones that I've carried this week? What are you carrying that you're enjoying the most? And again, what's coming up that you're interested in getting? I will say there's a couple of knives that are on my radar, but I don't want to tip off just in case I'm not able to grab them, and I am working on a couple other little things. Shout out to Dave over at Sat2 Dave. My man offered to send a couple over for me to review, and even one to do an anno on, which I love to do that stuff, so I really appreciate it. Thanks, Dave. Check his channel out. I think you would enjoy it. And definitely check out his Instagram. He has some real badass knives. Thanks for tuning in. I hope all of you have a fantastic week, and until next time, peace.